Everybody, Dark Spider here, Farming Simulator 25. I wanted to talk about a few different things today. We're not going to do a lot of gameplay. I know there's been a lot of gameplay out there, and the game just released this morning. And I also know that there's a lot of YouTubers out there that had gotten the game early. I was not one of those lucky people. But I did have a few discussions with a few people, and they had a couple questions. So I'm going to try to answer those questions today. There were a few interesting things that I wanted to really go over that I haven't seen a lot of on these other videos that I've seen out there. Firstly, let's go to downloadable content. People were asking, are there going to be mods? Are there going to be mods? There actually are mods. Your government subsidy was actually included in the game this time. And it's a lot of money. You have two different types, $48,000 or $480,000 a year. That would be your first sign. Your second sign was 4.8 million or 48 million. So that is a big difference compared to the last game, because it was 88,400 or 8.4 million. So that's a huge difference, and you can get that first day. So there were a few add-ons when I came on this morning. There's your extra content. It was the New Holland Gold Edition, and then the MacDon pack was also because I went ahead and got the year one. What I call like a battle pass. So I got that. So I got those downloaded already. There were a few mods in here. Nothing spectacular. But they had a few in here. I guess they had to start it with something, I suppose. It's all about the same. Here you go. This is what I was trying to get to. So these are some of the mods that were available today. And this is showing what's best, I guess, is what they're saying. There was an AGCO Alias Series 9700 tractor. Of course, the Jaguar. There's a John Deere. There's this semi-truck, which I really don't care about it. Of course, your government subsidy. There was a couple of seeders, couple of planters. The one I actually wouldn't mind, though, is this John Deere planter. It looks like it does 17.75 meters, so that'd be a pretty good. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they had another one for FS22 that I just did a video on for this particular planter, but it was actually much larger. It did like 150 meters, I think is what it was, which is just nuts. It was huge. So yeah, guys, there are some mods as you start the game. No, it's not going to be anything unreal. Giants isn't going to release anything unrealistic with their game. Other than the government subsidy. But you can still get you a couple of mods there. As far as the actual game goes, I know you guys probably have already seen the videos out there. You can start with New Farm, where you start with $100,000. You can start with a farm. You can do a guided intro, but you can also change your money. So anywhere from $1 million to 750, 500, 250, and it starts at 100,000. It looks like you can also start with another $1 million loan. So that's kind of cool. You're going to be paying out the wazoo, but it's kind of cool that you can do that. So if you go back up, you only got 3 maps. Riverbend Springs is about where probably Elm Creek style map. I'm not even going to pretend Hakuna Matata map. I don't know. I can't even pronounce that. It's a nice looking map, and of course they brought back Zerlanka, and it looks exactly the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Riverbed Springs. We're going to go to Farm Manager. We're going to leave it at $1 million. We're going to leave everything there. I'm going to leave that off, and we're just going to jump in. I got all my downloaded stuff. I wanted that government subsidy just because I wanted to be able to buy anything I needed to do the video, but probably not going to need it because we're not going to really do a lot of gameplay. There was a particular question that somebody was asking me something about that they heard there was going to be missions in the game, and I could have sworn that there was that video called the Garage video. It was a trailer. Could have sworn that they said there was going to be mission. It was, mission based, and I'm not seeing anything about missions. There are contracts, and I'm going to tell you guys too that I really think so far I'm not impressed. I'm going to tell you, I'm not really that impressed with the new FS25 compared to FS22. I'm not impressed. I'm not a corporate shill. I'm not going to stand over here and lie to you, tell you how awesome this game is compared to FS22. Just not going to do it. I think they went backwards on your making your character. I think they went backwards, completely backwards. It's actually less options than we had in the last one. Now, I'm going to tell you the most aggravating thing that I saw was your slot count. So we already know that I think the character development, making your character, it's just the worst. It's like some of these, maybe Hulk Hogan? Yeah, it's just the worst. They went backwards. There's literally less clothing styles. It's just the worst. They really just went, branded. Yeah, they got plenty of branded clothing. But anyway, so I feel like they just went backwards on that part of it. As far as graphics go, they're not bad. I can't say they're bad. But I get a very, it's hard to explain. The graphics are fine, but I get a very cartoony feel at times. I don't know what it is exactly. Your run is a lot slower than it was before, and now you can talk to people, but you still can't go in your house. And I'm like, that was a big issue for a lot of people in FS22. It's like, why can that, how it was a mod. You had to get a mod to go inside your house. It's just silly. You still can't go into any kind of shops. And it's just silly to me. I don't know. I get the very cartoony feeling. Now, if you buy this farm, you'll get the beehives. There's, I think you get like a little cow farm. It's like 3 cows if you buy all this. It's not that expensive. You can buy all 3. Here's the cows. And I didn't see any water buffaloes. And maybe it's a different map. I didn't. One of the chickens that you can buy looks like a duck with a chicken beak on it. I don't know for sure exactly what that was. But see how it just kind of looks cartoony. I don't feel like the graphics are that much better. This particular game is proof to the gaming world why we need to be able to rent games again. I'm going to be honest about it. Bring back Blockbuster. Let me rent this game for a few days to see if I really, really like it, and then I might buy it. But I feel like that they kind of went backwards. I don't care if it's a new engine or not. I think they went backwards on a lot of things here. I really don't care about fog. Your government subsidy, remember, if you look at the download for it, if it's cloudy outside, you're not going to get any money. Now, I'm not sure why a cloudy day is going to keep the government from giving me money for not running a farm, but it is what it is. That's what it says on the download. That on cloudy days, you're not going to get any money, which is just weird. It literally makes no sense to me at all. The gameplay is exactly the same. The vehicles, actually, some of the vehicles, look, it doesn't even, it's like, they look worse. I don't know. I don't know how you could go backwards on graphics, but yet go forward. with graphics. I don't get it really. What's up, dude? So pros and cons, pros and cons. Like I said, I think the reason why the graphics look worse and at some point is it's that cartoony feel to me. And I don't want to pay $90 for a cartoony game. I really wouldn't want to. And it's just look, you're still getting stuck between fences. Physics, people, physics. Come on. I will tell you that I don't have any vehicles. I'll just go buy one really quick. Let's go to a large tractor. I'll go buy me a case. I will tell you positively, the tractors do feel, what's the word I'm looking for? More solid. FS22, they always felt, they could, when you made a turn and you were going a decent speed, they'd almost just flip over. These feel a lot more grounded. Like, see, I can turn and it just turns. So I feel like that they did a good job on that. Like going over bumps and stuff, you're just not automatically going to flip over like you did in FS22 a lot of times. Not saying you can't flip over. I'm just saying these feel a lot more grounded. Like when you're driving a certain vehicle, like go drive a 79 Monte Carlo, and it feels grounded. I mean, that thing feels like it weighs 6 tons, and it's because it weighs double what a new car weighs. But my point being is that this tractor, when I drive it, it doesn't feel like it's wanting to just flop over. The ground deforming. Okay, cool. Now I can make real crop circles. I don't feel like it's really that impressive either, to be honest about it. But as far as like I was asked about missions, I'm not saying they're not here, but I have yet to see anything about missions. You go into your settings just like you did before. You can change, just like everything else before. I mean, it's exactly the same. Your time scale can be fixed just like it was before. You can change your economic difficulty. I mean, all this is exactly the same. They literally, I don't mind that being on. I don't know why that's off. That's weird. But they literally changed nothing. Except for they just went backwards a little bit on graphics, but yet they still went forward. But there's your prices on everything. They did put everything in alphabetical order for the most part. It looks like, because before it really wasn't. You had all your harvestable crops mainly at the top, and then all your add-on stuff went at the bottom. But it looks like everything's in alphabetical order now, so you're not going to find wheat, barley, oats and sorghum at the top anymore. Now it's all in alphabetical order. Which, yes, no, who cares? Your production chains that are available. So this is everything that's on the map, apparently. I will tell you that they do have contracts, and earlier, look, Noah Deadwood. So they do have logging contracts now, which I found a little interesting. I thought that was kind of cool because there was no maps in FS22 that I can remember. Now, Silver Run, yes. But as far as like Elm Creek that had a lot of logging on it, not as much as Deadwood, of course, or Blackwater or anything like that. But base game maps did not have logging, except for because Silver Run was added later. So having logging contracts is not too bad of a thing. Use your equipment, release equipment for the reward, reduced by 259. There's a problem with Deadwood. Help the owner cut down dead trees. Each tree is already marked. You can sell them afterwards. So, kind of cool. That's a good contract. There's one for 12,000. So you're going to be harvesting using their trucks and their harvesters. You'll lose about 1,200, 1,300 bucks. Not too bad. I'd probably do that contract. Harvesting, hoeing, spraying, wood transport. So there's another one for 10.4. That was on here earlier when I was on. So yeah, I like the fact that there are logging contracts on here now, because there are people that like to do the logging aspect, and now that there's actually contracts for logging, that's very cool. And of course, if you have your own truck and stuff, use your own. You'll save yourself 300 bucks. But I just use theirs. But I'm not seeing anything that makes me think mission-based things, like where you have to do this, to do this, to do that, to do that. I'm not seeing anything that makes me think that. And I've looked at all three maps. And look, see, your tractor's still there. But I mean, even the tires turning doesn't look any better. I mean, I'm just going to be honest about it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm going to play this game. But I'm just, again, I'm not going to lie to you guys about things. I'm going to give you the good and the bad. I'm not a corporate shill. So no matter what, I'm always going to give you the truth. And there's a lot of people out there just cannot handle that. And it's kind of something else I wanted to really talk about. You know, this is a video game, guys. And I don't care how old you are, we're all human beings. Stop hating on people. The amount of hatred, I mean, the outright hatred and just bullies that I've seen on these threads for this game is ridiculous. And you need to cut it out. It's just nuts. It's a game. There's no reason for me to go in a thread someplace on Farming Simulator 22, 25 and see guys, full-grown men, attacking other full-grown men over a game, over a mod. So at the end of the day, just stop. It's ridiculous. And stop with the realism. Because as you can tell right now, this game is no more realistic than FS22 was. I don't care what anybody says, it's not real farming, it's a game. So just stop it. It's ridiculous. Now, I got that little rant out of the way. Again, I feel like these tractors, they feel like they drive a little better as far as maneuverability goes, so I kind of like that. But I'm definitely not seeing any type of mission-based anything. So I don't see it happening unless there's. I mean, I checked all three maps and I didn't see anything about missions. Now I will tell you, I need to buy a couple of plots of land real quick. So now they have. It's basically the same that you had last time. So if you want to change over, you got your left stick, create job. There's your farmland. So real quick, I'm going to buy the third one. I want to show you something. It's no longer square to buy. You're going to see where it says buy. You hit down, you can hit visit. So you can actually go visit the field a lot easier now. Instead of last time where you had to actually get to a vehicle or be close. Now you can just hit buy or visit. I like that. I don't care what's on it. We're going to buy it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. I think if you remember the grapevines and olive fields that you could do, you can add rice fields. Let's buy the fourth one because it's empty. I think it'll just be easier. You can add rice fields apparently anywhere now. And it looks like this one was plowed, and it needs lime and everything. So weirdly, you go into your big PlayStation button, you're going to go under construction. This menu for me, I kind of miss the old menu, but you'll probably get used to this one. We're going to go to factories, selling points, greenhouses. Now, greenhouses is also interesting because the base game greenhouses are a little different. You can grow red chili peppers in there. It looks like all you need is water. So that's kind of nice. Couple different ones. There's some mushroom ones you can do. So yeah, it looks like it's just the toot style mushrooms, and then you can get a large glass greenhouse, or you can do a medium small, and then you have the tarp ones. But when I talked about earlier your slot count, they dropped us 900 slots. PS4 we had 4,400 slots. FS25 on next gen consoles only, because you can't play this on FS, or you can't play this on PS4. We had 4,400 slots. And as you can see, your start slot count on this farm when you start the game is 1151. So you have a ton less slot counts. So that's a little annoying. And let me tell you, the machinery is not much less than what you were doing before. I mean, each greenhouse is 3 slots. If you go into vehicles, let's go into large tractors. The one we just bought was only -1, so that's a good thing. But there's -13, -8, -10, 12, 15 for a Valtra. Why? I mean, why is a Valtra -15? 11, 12, 10. So, I mean, you got to really watch your slot counts now, apparently, because they really stuck it to us on that. I mean, because I'm not noticing that you're, let's go back into construction. We'll go look. So, we already looked at greenhouses, right? God bless. Let's go back to selling points. So, -4. -1. So, you know, maybe it's a little better because some of the selling points before were quite high. Let's take a look at your factories. So the first biogas plant, which is 99 kilowatts, only -4, -6 on 250, and a big one that they have for 500 is only -7. So it looks like they cut back on our slot count, but it looks like for the most part, yeah. So you're under, you know, -7, -4. So it looks like the factories, they cut back on what it cost you as well. So, you know, at the end of the day, it may equal out to be exactly the same. So, you know, they cut us back to 3,500, but most of your factories are only costing between 4 and 7, whereas on FS22, some of those factories were 38 slot points. I think the large grape refinery was 47. So, but I don't know. We'll see what happens when people start popping out mods, and a lot of mods aren't that much either. So let's go to green. Let's go to. So here's your cultivation. This is what I want to talk about. So here's your rice field. One slot point to put this in. It's very odd. You have to build it. You can't. I find that weird. So you got to start in the corner here. And you're just going to go up. You're going to create corners is what it's calling it. It's not difficult per se, but it's just weird. And then we'll come back over to here. And then we'll finish it. And then to finish it, because it took me a while to figure it out. I think it's circle. Nope, I think I messed it up. I did mess it up. You have to complete it, and then it's like square to accept it. Only takes a second here. Come on. There we go. I just thought this was an odd way to... I mean, because normally you would just plow everything. I don't know if I'm not hitting the other corner or what, why it won't take it. But that completed, as you can see, it's that should be it. But it's not letting me. Let's see. There it is. Okay, finish. I'm sorry. Very top. Add corner is X, and then we're gonna finish, and then it wipes it out for you. And now you have a rice field, but we'll have to flood it and all of that stuff. I just was showing you that. I know you guys have seen the gameplays. I just wanted to show you that because I thought that was a little odd of a way to make a rice field. And then, like I said, you still got to flood it. So that was just interesting to me. But again, I don't even think the fields look better than what they did on FS22. Better or worse, I don't know. I don't find anything spectacular. I mean, I didn't expect Assassin's Creed graphics, don't get me wrong. Because, I mean, is there a more beautiful game than Assassin's Creed? Let's just be real about that. But guys, I'm going to say, so far, if I was to rate FS25, I mean, I'm going to probably give it a C. Comparatively speaking to FS22, it's quite possibly a D minus. I haven't seen anything that makes me scream, "Oh my God, I cannot wait to play this game all week." FS22 was just a fun game to play. It was addicting. I mean, the wheat looks a little better. But I don't find anything about the new FS25 that's going to just pique my interest more so than what FS22. Oh, look, there's how you flood it. Okay. You probably come up here with a water trailer. So there you go. I guarantee you come up here with a water trailer and you're going to dump the water in there. But there is a river right over there. I'll just cut through everybody's yard. But interesting though, very interesting. I mean, I'm going to keep playing it because I'm interested. I want to find out. I want to get into the game, and you know, I don't want to be negative about it. So far, it's not going to be bad. I don't think. I just think for what we're paying for, I don't see my return yet. So I don't see anything that looks any better than FS22. I mean, they've had a couple years to get this together, so why are we looking at something that the graphics went backwards, but yet they still went forwards with? You still can't go in houses. You still can't go inside, you know, businesses. I don't get it. One interesting thing that I did see, there is a farmer's market on this property someplace. I think it's out here. And it looks to be empty until you actually fill it. So like if you're doing tomatoes, lettuce, things like that, once you buy the property, you'll drop it off here. And then I would assume that everything gets filled. That I like. I like that a lot. So definitely find that is a plus. So guys, that's it. I don't see any missions. That was the big question. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. I'm going to keep putting out my content every day. Hit that notifications button so you know when I'm going to be putting out new content. Look, even the pallets look cheap. But I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep playing this. Because you know mods are going to be pouring out. I'm going to keep trying this game. We're going to play it together. As always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys. And until next time.